He's become a cause célèbre throughout Spain, but in his hometown, he's simply the mayor. At this weekly assembly, Juan Manuel Sánchez Gordillo brings residents of Marinaleda up to date with his latest anti-austerity campaign, a march right across Andalusia. Sánchez Gordillo is joining hundreds of labourers and unionists trying to persuade other local politicians to ignore central government demands for budget cuts and stop firing public sector workers.
Si se siguen produciendo recortes.
If they carry on these austerity measures and you've got people raising families who don't have food to eat, what do you expect to happen? It's causing social turmoil, not only here in Andalusia and Spain, and I've seen it, but also in Greece and Italy and Portugal. There's a limit to people's patience, and we're reaching that limit.
But Sánchez Gordillo has been denounced by Spain's ruling Popular Party for direct actions like this, helping in raids on supermarkets where activists took food without paying. 7 people have been arrested. As a member of the regional parliament, Sánchez Gordillo has immunity from prosecution, something he says he'd gladly renounce.
Nosotros queríamos, con nuestras acciones,
with our actions, we want to show the hidden face of the crisis. It's real people with children, people who had jobs but are now unemployed, people who had homes but lost them.
Here's where the food from the supermarket raids ended up. This apartment block near the centre of Seville lay empty for 3 years after the developers went bankrupt. But since May of this year, dozens of families have been occupying the building. Fran and his wife Irma, who have 3 children, couldn't pay the rent on their private apartment after he lost his job. Like many in this building, they've also lost their state benefits and survive on food handouts.
We're very grateful to other people who see we're in a bad situation, and when they offer us anything, including the food stolen from the supermarket, it's a real relief.
Mayor Sánchez Gordillo famously runs his town on an egalitarian basis, with everyone guaranteed work at the local cooperative, and many helping to build their own homes. It may not be a model for the whole country, but people here say it's time to find new ways of dealing with the economic crisis. Nadim Barber, Al Jazeera, Marinaleda in southern Spain.
Nos obliguen a pagarlo en España con nuestros impuestos. Los católicos tenemos que pagar con nuestros impuestos el mayor de los crímenes, que es el aborto provocado.
Catalan President Artur Mas has hit out at Spain's plans to block a watered-down version of an independence vote. Tensions have risen between the central government and Catalonia as Madrid seeks to stop all attempts by the northeastern region to hold a referendum on its future. It's already prevented a non-binding vote planned this month, and Mas believes its latest action is an abuse of power. It's ridiculous, he said. The Spanish government is also abusing the law. It's using the Constitutional Court in the wrong way, forcing it to take a decision that does not belong to them, he added.
Fent-li fer un paper que no li pertoca en el Tribunal Constitucional.
It remains unclear, however, how the central government will enforce a block on the vote if Catalan leaders press ahead.
Should break away from the United Kingdom and form an independent state. The vote will be watched closely across Europe, but nowhere more so than in Catalonia, the Spanish region rocked by rising popular demand for an independent state. The Catalan government wants to hold its own independence referendum less than 2 months after the Scottish vote. The parallels are striking, as are the differences. Most importantly, Madrid has left no doubt that it opposes a Catalan referendum, even if it is non-binding, and will do everything it can to stop it. For Artur Mas, the Catalan president, the Scottish referendum serves as a model for a country trying to resolve its secessionist tensions.
Let me state my admiration for this democratic process. We would like to have the same scenario in Spain, but we don't, unfortunately. And if the yes vote wins in Scotland, from the Catalan point of view, 2 important things will happen. The first one will be the reaction of the European leaders. I'm sure that they will accept the result of the Scottish referendum. And the second important thing for Catalonia will be that negotiations between Scotland, Edinburgh, London and Brussels will start very quick to try to keep Scotland in the European Union. Both things are very important for Catalonia.
Most analysts expect that Spain's constitutional court will side with Madrid in the months ahead and tell Catalonia that its referendum plans fall foul of the country's basic law. That was also the message delivered by Mariano Rajoy, the Spanish Prime Minister, when he met Mr. Mas last July. For the Catalan leader, this poses a difficult dilemma.
If there is a reaction in Madrid and they try to send this decree for the Catalan consultation to the Constitutional Court, I will set up a specific meeting with the rest of the Catalan political forces that support this referendum and try to agree with them the terms of the political Catalan reaction to the initiative from Madrid.
But the Catalan leader faces huge pressure from the streets. On Thursday, hundreds of thousands of pro-independence protesters thronged the streets of Barcelona, the latest in a string of mass rallies calling for a break with Spain. Many want Mr. Mas to call the referendum even if the Constitutional Court rules against the vote. For the moment, the Catalan leader says he is committed to the plebiscite, but analysts believe he will eventually have little choice but to call the vote off. Whatever happens in the months ahead, Spain appears to be heading for a difficult political crisis. One way or the other, says Mr. Mas, Catalans will have to find a way to decide their own future.
The referendum means that we are a nation and we have the right to decide our future. And this is a key point for us. If the outcome of the referendum is the independence for Catalonia, then we understand that we will have to negotiate with Madrid and with Brussels the terms of this new situation. But as I said before, the idea of the referendum is more important than the idea of independence, because the referendum means 100% that Catalonia has the right to decide its political future.
For the moment, it is hard to see how or when Catalans will get the chance to follow the Scottish example and vote on independence. But there is little doubt that rising secessionist pressures will emerge as a dominant theme for policymakers and investors